On this episode of Home Sweet Holly. Hello, welcome to our home. Come on in and I'll show you around. We got a package. We are Julie and Bobby, and this is Toby, our puppy. We live full-time in our motorhome, Holly. But we're not just RVers. We have a lot of things that fill our life. We're on a mission to see the country, to serve others, and to show the world that even grandparents can still have adventures. This is our story. We got a package. I'm so excited. This is our new fire pit. I've been wanting one forever, but we've just never really taken the time to get one. I was talking with my friend the other day about getting a fire pit for our upcoming trip that we're going on. And she said, "Ooh, that sounds fun. We love cooking out over an open fire." And so I just went ahead and ordered it, and we're going to have a cookout with them over the weekend. And I cannot wait to see this thing put together. Sweet.
All right, ready for me to build it for you?
Sure.
All right, so I need something to open it up. Just like that, we're done.
Sweet. That's awesome. It's nice. I like it. Hello, welcome to our home. Come on in and I'll show you around. As you come in the front door, there's a couple of steps to walk up, and we kind of call this our little entry area. We like to keep a little bucket here to put shoes in so that we don't have to wear them through the house. There's Toby. She likes to greet everyone when they come to our house, so she's here to say hello. So up here in the dash, we actually came up with this system for hiding the dash area for a couple of reasons. One is because all of that glass up front from the windshield brings in a lot of heat, and here in Texas in the summertime it would get really, really hot up here in this area, and our air conditioners would run all day. And so we were looking for a way that we could kind of keep the heat down, and so we put some insulated mylar, I don't know what it's called, some stuff up in the windshield to block out the heat. And then we came up with these curtains that my mom helped us make that we can block it off, so there's actually a big space in there. And we use this space kind of like a closet, and we store our jackets. We've got a little hanging rod up in there. We hang our coats, some of our storage, and then we just have other storage that we keep back in here. It's just kind of a coat closet and a miscellaneous storage closet that we use while we're parked. And then these are just held up with tension rods, and so when we go to travel, it's super easy to take them down, and we just take all the stuff out of there and go put it on our bed or someplace like that, or maybe just put it in our storage unit if it's not something we need. And then we just can travel really easily. But that gives us a lot of storage space and also blocks out all of that heat, so that's kind of fun. All right, then you come into our living area, and as you can see, it's actually pretty spacious in here. Considering we're in a motorhome, we're always amazed at how much space we have in here. So our driver's seat and our passenger seat both turn around and can face the inside, so they can be used as seating when we're parked, which is really nice. And this seat actually reclines as well, so it works like a recliner. Okay, and then over here, this little thing right here is actually a workout bench. Bobby has an entire home gym in here that only takes up this amount of space and a backpack. It's called a Max Pro, and he is a big fan of it. He can get a full body weight workout in a very tiny and lightweight product. It uses tension rods, or tension cords, I guess you would call it. In here we've got a couple of couches. As you can see, this one was reupholstered partially before we bought the RV, and everything in here is a little outdated. We're slowly working on replacing a few things that we need for our own purposes, and then eventually we are going to remodel in here and update everything a little more modern. But right now we're just working on getting it paid off. We want to have this paid in full in the next couple of years, so that we don't have any money that we owe anybody. And that's part of our lifestyle plan, is to be debt free. So up here above the door we have a little cupboard, and we have some things up here, some books and things that we don't use real often. One of those baskets has children's books and things, so if we're ever around the grandkids, we have a little basket of toys or books for them. So that's kind of fun, and we'll be adding to that as we go along, but they're just babies now. So this side we have another storage space here, and we just have some electronics and power cords and that sort of thing. Up in this little area we have a DVD player. It used to have a lot more electronics, but we've actually whittled everything down, and we got all of our movies put on a hard drive. So our not VHS, we're not in the 1980s. All of our DVD collection that used to take up bins and bins and bins now fits on a very small hard drive that's about the size of a deck of cards, so that's awesome. We have a 31-inch TV in here, and it's actually on a swivel mount, so we can pull it out and swivel it to one side or the other, so we can sit on the couch and see it a little bit easier if we want. We have these drawers up here, and somebody stuck a flag in it. I guess we're showing our patriotism. But these drawers are just extra storage space, and we just keep stuff in here. They're kind of like junk drawers. But for traveling, Bobby came up with this ingenious idea. He put some PVC pipe in here and secured them down, and so we can have this drawer part way open like this, and we can keep really big drinks in here for when we travel. So that's a pretty cool idea that he came up with. This couch actually has a storage drawer underneath that pulls out, and it's just the perfect size for us to keep tools and things like that we get to quite often, that we don't want to go all the way outside and open up a compartment and get to our tool case. So just things that we use maybe on a daily or at least weekly basis. This couch also will open up and fold out into a bed that's pretty close to a full size, and we have had guests sleep on it before. It's not the biggest bed in the world, so sometimes they're a little cramped, but that's one of the things we hope to rectify when we remodel, is have a bigger place for guests to sleep. This couch over here has storage space underneath. It lifts up, and that is where we keep extra blankets and pillows and all that kind of stuff. And so it's very convenient for when we have guests or if we want to watch TV and grab a blanket really quick. And then this couch as well folds out into probably about a twin size bed or so. So we can sleep quite a few people in here. And then also we have all this floor space in here. So if we wanted to, we could put a big air mattress in the middle as well. So that's awesome. Okay, let's talk about storage space up here. So we have quite a bit of storage. In this space here, we have a few games, mostly just card games, so they don't take up a lot of space. And then the whole rest of this compartment here is photo equipment, drone equipment, that sort of thing, because as you know, we take a lot of photography, and so that all takes up a lot of space. And we want to have it convenient, so if we go on a photo shoot, it's all right there handy for us. And then over here, this is my desk. It used to be a dinette area, which we actually didn't use very much. It ended up just kind of gathering clutter all the time, and it was kind of hard to work on. And since I do a lot of photo editing and other work on my computer, it was really important for me to have a good workspace. And so we actually had this desk custom built to fit in this space and to be extremely lightweight. It is anchored to the floor and to the wall, so it won't go anywhere, and then we're able to just kind of bungee everything in place when we travel so it doesn't go very far. But I have my vinyl cutting machine up here, and then also I have a printer, and then all these storage boxes down here contain craft supplies, office supplies, current projects I'm working on, our home files, any paperwork that we need to keep on hand. Most of our paperwork anymore we keep digitally. We have an app on the phone that will scan it for us, and we keep things digitally. Up above here we have office supplies. I am a bit of a paper addict, and so I have gotten rid of a lot of paper since we've been in the motorhome, but I still have quite a bit because I do a lot of paper type of projects. And so this is kind of my paper supplies. I have some things I sell in my Etsy shop that I make with these supplies, and journals and study guides and that kind of thing. And then over here, more office supplies here, and just things that we get to quite often. We keep in this area. And it's convenient to have them right there above the desk. And these cabinet doors also kind of, they don't latch shut, but they kind of snap down into place so that it keeps things inside there while we're traveling. So that's awesome. Over here on this side, above the couch, we have more storage over here. In this area, we keep like home improvement type stuff, like cans of things that have to stay climate controlled. Since we don't have a garage, we don't want to keep them down below where they will get too hot. So we've got paint and super glue and that kind of stuff there, and more tools and things that we get to quite often. And then we have some Christmas presents hidden up in here, so I won't show you the middle parts. And then on this side, we keep our dog supplies. We've got Toby has a prescription food that she has to eat, and we buy it in huge bulk cases online, and so we have to keep that all up here. And then we've got some of her toys and shampoo and that sort of thing up here. All right, into the kitchen area. So the kitchen is one area of this motorhome that I have struggled with a lot. I like to cook. I'm not a chef by any means, but I do like nice home-cooked meals, and I used to have a pretty extensive collection of cooking supplies, and I have whittled that down and whittled it down and whittled it down over the years that we've been in here. But this kitchen just really does not have a lot of storage, as you will see. So I actually got this little portable, it's like a microwave cart, and I use it for an island and also for some storage space in here. It has really made a big difference for me to have all that storage space. And our plan is at some point to have the person who made the desk for us make us a custom island with a table that will fold up from it that we can eat at. So that'll be a plan for the future, and that will also keep all this storage enclosed so we won't be seeing it all the time. This is the kitchen area. I've pretty much got it to a place now where I like how things are stored, and I have basically everything I need, and I have definitely gotten rid of everything that isn't absolutely necessary. So we do have a little camper type stove in here. I actually never use that. I never lift the counter up, and I never cook on that. I don't like cooking on it. The flame just is a little hard to control. And so I have just come up with other ways to do all my cooking. So first of all, our microwave is a microwave and convection oven. So any baking that we need to do, I can do in the microwave. And it's quite large. I actually made Thanksgiving dinner in here last year and cooked I think 11-pound turkey, and definitely could have made a larger turkey in here. So that was pretty awesome. I have my Instant Pot, and I do a lot of cooking in that. And then all of this stuff is just, we had a cookout last night with some friends, and these are just all the things we brought in from outside that we haven't put away yet. I keep all of my utensils here, and I actually have on the bottom of this, I have some little rubber feet that like you would put on the bottom of chairs, and this thing does not move at all. We have traveled thousands of miles in this thing, and this crock does not move. It's pretty awesome. And then I have this really awesome 2-tiered fruit basket that I bought that gets me lots of storage space in here. I love it. I love having the fresh produce in my kitchen. I feel like it just makes me happy. It just feels homey that way to me, and I really like that. Okay, so I was talking about ways that I cook. Down in here I have an electric skillet, and then I also have a George Foreman grill right here. And between the grill, the skillet, the microwave, and the Instant Pot, I do pretty much all my cooking. So I don't really need any pots and pans. I've gotten rid of all of them. I do have a toaster that I occasionally use. I have a blender back in there, and then I have some baking dishes. But as you can see, I've very much minimized everything that I have in here. So that's pretty much all of my cooking stuff. This little cupboard here has changed what is inside it many times, but I think we've kind of arrived at where we're at now. We use this for all of our vitamins. We take a lot of vitamins and supplements and just trying to stay healthy. So those are all in there. And my cookbooks and recipes are up top, which I'm slowly just going to all digital. So those will be gone as well. On this side, we have drawers. And this is a very cool thing I found. It's just a knife keeper that goes in a drawer, and I just keep 4 steak knives and 4 cooking knives. The other one is in my dish drainer right now. We keep our remote controls there to have them handy for watching TV. And then we just have everything, we try to keep everything super organized. In an RV, the more organized you are, the more space you have. So we try to just keep things in bins and dividers as much as possible. This is all of our paper products. So that's pretty much all the drawer space we have, except for this tiny little one here, which is we have our silverware in back there. So not a lot of drawer space, but enough for our needs. And then again, the island, we have both sides of that we can use. And this folds down for when we travel, and we just stow it away while we're traveling. Over here, this is kind of crazy, but this is all of the dish storage that we have. So we have plates, and yes, I do have glass dishes. That hasn't been a problem for us. Mostly we use paper plates when we can, and then the glass dishes, they actually travel very well. So we haven't ever had a problem. I do have this rubber cupboard shelf lining that goes on there that kind of keeps the whole stack from moving around. But as far as individually, sometimes we hear them clattering in here, but it hasn't been a problem for them as far as moving around. So we have our dishes and bowls on that side, and then over here we have cups and mugs. And we again have just cut things down to an amount that is doable for us. We haven't ever really had many times that we have more than 4 people here eating. If we do, we'll just eat off of paper plates. But usually this is plenty for us. And it also forces us to kind of keep the dishes clean and put away because we don't have that many. And then we have a little dish drainer on this side. All of our dishwashing is by hand, and so we do the dish drainer here. And then down below is where Toby eats. That's her little space. And then we have a cabinet. This isn't really a drawer, it's just a little place to hold, you know, a little bit of stuff. And then down here we have a cabinet that goes under half of the sink. And in there we have a whole bunch of paper towel rolls. We buy those in bulk, so we have storage back there, and then we have these that we can keep our lids and other things in, and then a little bit of space down at the bottom for some cleaning supplies and garbage bags and that sort of thing. All right, then over here we have our ginormous pantry. Okay, wait for it. It is so huge it's going to astound you. This is our pantry right here. Not very big, and for a person who used to have a family of 4 kids, I was used to having lots and lots of food storage space and cooking big meals, and this has definitely been a process to get this pantry to a state that I can actually have everything I need in here. So one thing that really helped is getting all of these organizers. I happened to stumble upon these at the grocery store. They fit in here perfectly, as you can see, and getting all of my baking supplies organized in here saved me so much space. Unfortunately, before I was able to finish getting all that put together, the store stopped selling those, and so I'm limited to what I have on hand right now. So anyway, we have space for a few canned goods, a few things up here. Fortunately, we eat a lot of fresh food and produce and things that go in the fridge, so we don't need as much space in here anymore. But this is working for us now. When we first moved in, it was a little crazy, but we've got it figured out how we like it now. All right, and then over here, this is one of my favorite things about our motorhome is we actually have a residential type fridge instead of an RV fridge. The previous owners took that out and took out, there was a slide out drawer here that was also pantry space, so that's why we don't have very much. But they took out the fridge and that pantry space and put in a residential type fridge. And this isn't a huge fridge, it's probably like what you would see in an apartment or something like that. But for the 2 of us, it is plenty. We like having the residential fridge in here. It gives us a lot more space. And the magnetized front is awesome because we can put things up on there, especially these awesome spice containers that I found. So all my spices can go up there instead of taking up space in a cupboard. And then one thing is we just have to remember to bungee the doors closed. So we have over here a little bungee on a hook that we just wrap through the handles when we're getting ready to travel. And then right here between the kitchen and the bathroom space, we have a really nice door that can close so that someone can have privacy in the bathroom, or we can divide the space off if we have guests, or if we want to not run the air conditioner in the back to save some money, we'll sometimes close that off. We do have 2 air conditioning units in here. I'll let you see what they look like up here. This is kind of the main unit here, and then we have one in the bedroom as well. And between the 2 of them, they keep it nice and cool in here. We haven't ever really had a problem with it being too hot, even living here in Texas in the summertime. So that's pretty awesome. This is the life here.
This is our brand new fire pit that we just got today.
Yesterday.
Okay, that's right. We got it yesterday because I put it together yesterday.
That's right.
But we got it set up today to actually cook on it. Had burgers and hot dogs. And
we had some friends over and
got to see the stars and the planets. And
yeah.
Just enjoy nature.
I wish I could pick those up on my camera, but I can't. But we have a gorgeous sky tonight. So we were just enjoying looking up at the stars. There's just something about a campfire. So relaxing. Hey there, sexy.
Holy hell.
What? You got a problem with how I look?
No, ma'am.
I didn't think so.
I think you're gorgeous no matter what.
Good. That was a good answer. I'm getting ready for Halloween. Yeah, that's it.
What, Mrs. Myers?
Sure.
You know who that is?
No.
Myers? Jason Myers? Friday the 13th?
Sorry, I'm not into horror flicks.